Okay, so this is a re-recording because the last one was messed up. I can't promise that this one's actually going to be any better, but hopefully it doesn't have as much audio skipping. But anyway, let us finish up Syberia 2. I'm going to try Syberia 3, but there may be a problem with it. Because last time I tried to play it, like, there seems to be a problem with the game. So I think what I'm going to do is, pull up Syberia 3, see if I can get it to work. If it doesn't, we're just going to move on to the Detective D. Yeah, this is supposed to be the first in a long line of pre-recorded videos in which I upload them to Twitch. Okay. Now, technically I'm cheating because I, already finished this game in the last, bit, but, anyway. So I need to get the Yuki. So this is actually going to be really quick. Now, there was only one thing that I actually cheated on, though, just to keep you, put in your mind. And that is, on one of the puzzles, I figured out the answer, but the other one, I just needed to, learn where the answer is for the third thing. So basically, I didn't know you were supposed to do this. So this is the answer that I was looking for. I was like, this whole time, like, what's the answer? So you're supposed to be looking at that. Anyway, let's do this.
Let's hope this works.
Don't shake your gosh darn head. But yeah. Climb, Kate, climb. I'm still obsessing. Like, you don't know what happened, but in the recording that never happened, the Yuki, I made a comment about the Yuki just magically jumping up to the top of the ship, and I was fixated on it. I'm still fixated on it. How the heck did he freaking do that? That's assuming that the Yuki is a he. But yeah. Run faster, Kate Walker. You are walking very slow. But yeah, we're gonna try the third one, but I don't know if it's like probably gonna need to experiment with Syberia 3. So we can do Detective D. Yep, you know your place, Yuki. Get in there. And we never release him. He's just gonna stay there. He's gonna stay there and starve. Excuse me. Kate Walker is eliminating everybody. First Oscar. Now the Yuki. And finally, Hans. We're free, I tell you, we're free! Look at that butt wiggle. I actually noticed the graphics on Hans' butt. They put work on Hans' butt. It's wiggling. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Okay. So I actually now know what I'm supposed to do. Do I have this memorized? No, I do not. Do that. I do know which one, this one's supposed to be this. I believe, actually I think I wrote it down. Yep, I did. Save me. And this was just me trying to figure things out too. Look at me cheating. It's so wonderful. Got the ivory key. What's with the flags, by the way? Are the Eagles interested in flags? So yeah, let's try to beat 10 minutes. We gotta get this thing done in 10 minutes. I do want to see what a speedrun of this would be like, actually. Okay. Yeah, let's do a speedrun of Syberia 1 and 2. Okay, so if I remember correctly, I wrote this down. I believe these are open. Partial closed. I remembered it correctly because I only put down 3 dots. Woo! Got this done in less than 10 minutes. That's amazing, right? It suddenly started to rain. Really need to put him out, but are there saber-toothed tigers still around? I just want to know. I just want to know. Also, this would not go the way the way that this is going, it would not go that way in real life. Just based off of real elephants, you know? It can be nice, but then they also get into their feelings and freaking want to squash you like a gosh darn bug. This is finally free! curious. Okay. Just gotta wait till this is all over. The 2D drawings, like, you can see like how much put into it. Ignore that sound in the background. Now, which one do I like better? Syberia 1 or Syberia 2? I think I like Syberia 1 better. Because it wasn't a... The question is, does Syberia actually exist? Right? And Syberia 1 still leaves it as a question mark, while Syberia 2, it's like it doesn't. And mammoths exist. So it takes away all the mystique and stuff. But, ooh, I love this design of the cabin. You know, the cabin where there's the bear. But I wouldn't mind living in that kind of place, though. Looks so nice. So well put together. We need to know carpentry, though. Because there is no way that someone who is supposed to fix your roof is coming out to the forest like that. Bears. It's just not happening. Okay, so we found that. We're going to try Syberia 3, but there's no guarantee that it's going to work. Because last time I tried it, like there's, I think I might have to reinstall it. But that's Syberia 2, everyone. We finished it. Woo! Woo! Now moving on to Syberia 3. You better work, Syberia 3. But seriously, this game's from 2017. And what's like... Oh wait, I thought this came out recently. Wait, I'm confused. Is the game coming up? Okay, I think I might have to go to Detective D. Okay. Windowed. Graphics quality. I can't make this any smaller. Play. Do 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 do. Game. Okay, guess I'm abandoned. Alright, moving on to Detective D. I'll figure out what's going on with said. Oh, now you freaking. Oh my god. You know, no, you know what? No, out of spite, we're not doing Syberia 3. Like, screw this noise. you're not going to ask you to work, then I don't want to deal with you right now. There are plenty of other games. Pretend that Syberia 2 is the true ending and that we don't need to play you. I will try to play it through, I promise. But this game is a pain in the butt. Alright, let's go into Detective D. Okay. So we have about 40 minutes of gameplay. Ugh. I'm tired of playing from the beginning. Okay. So, I'm going to be doing a lot of reading. This is a work of fiction. While based on real historical subjects, all characters and events are depicted in a fictitious manner. Prologue. Diplomatic means. And I'm going to be butchering a lot of words here. Penglai, Tang Dynasty, China. So I am so sorry. I am going to be butchering names. It's the American way. Nothing says like America when other than butchering names. Anyway, the messenger said I would find an understanding guard. This must be the right place. My name is Dee. I'm the new investigating magistrate. A messenger to fetch me only 30 minutes ago. He named Minister Hua as a lawyer. I understand I'm meant to help with an urgent matter. You're the new investigating magistrate? Excuse my bluntness, but I wasn't expecting someone so young. You have a keen eye. I've just recently completed my studies in the capital, my first appointment as a county magistrate. But in my time in the capital, and experience serving as secretary of the Imperial Archives, assistant to the Imperial Counselor before that. But I believe the minister requested my presence urgently. We must not keep it. Sorry that were words. I think I might be sleeping. Of course, apologies discretion on a night like this. Be too careful. I am Xing Minister Wong's private guard. Please, may I see some proof of your title? Proof of ID, please. Thank you, Magistrate D. The minister is waiting for you in the entrance courtyard. Truly a point-and-click game. Let's talk to... You must be Minister... And you must be Di Renji, the new magistrate of our little coastal district. I wish we could have met under less dire circumstances. I understand you've only been at your new post for 2 weeks? The minister is well informed. I've only begun to settle into my new station. The area is still quite new to me. In truth, I've only visited the military fort so far. This compound, on the other hand, I did not know existed. Indeed, this estate was built just recently to serve only the most exclusive guests of the Empire. Its existence is the basis. Exclusive guests? Then I take it we are not alone. straight. I see you have already begun your inquiry. Good. I shall start from the beginning. As you know, borders a coastal region that is under constant threat by the Korean Navy. I was sent here and tasked to conduct secret negotiations with my guard, Ambassador Choi. The Emperor himself summoned me to help propose border treaty, a move that would undoubtedly help him regain favor in the eyes of the court and the kingdom. Needless to say, there are factions that would love nothing more to see the Emperor fail. That the enemies are on the move? Of that, there is no doubt. Years in the court has taught me, it is that no emperor can truly trust. Night after night, I wake, anticipating the shadow. His enemies are too persistent. The kingdom is prosperous. Who would dare defy the emperor? The imperial court is full of usurpers waiting for the chance to strike. This is actually really true. So I did this thing. So basically, I had a Roman course for and one thing that we do is that, like, every week we're supposed to gut a chapter, which is basically and talk about its strengths, evidence, sources, review in that chapter, kind of stuff. So I decided to do a chapter on this one book. That's actually a comparison of what was happening in Rome, what is happening. Same. So my chapter was Phoenix, and one thing that definitely stood from that chapter is how much intrigue is inside the imperial court. Competitive and ruthless people were, because it's the emperor is the most important person in China. And the closer you are to the emperor, the status is socially and well, I shouldn't say economically, financially. So there's like all kinds of people who are trying to get close to the emperor. I won't go into how this is really. It's very just the Chinese emperor. It's like it's true to any kingdom. You're gonna always have people who are gonna try to fight for being the emperor or kings, queens is favorite. You're always gonna have that. Because of that, it's like always be careful. Watch your back. Always. Because if you were a favorite, even though people were like vying, being the favorite made target too. So it's like not great. And then you have somebody who just is like, I could be king. I could be a better king. Or you have somebody who wants to set up a puppet ruler. It's just bad. Being a king or a queen is just terrible. There's just so many people you can't trust. So it's always valuable when you have somebody that you can trust. But anyway, back onto this game. That is more than a simple diplomatic calculation. Its symbolic value is immeasurable. The emperor must show strength. Never, or I'm afraid his legacy will end badly. Dude, the way you do think you're the best. My father served under our majesty. He is a capable and beloved ruler. Your father served a young and vibrant. Today, the emperor is a feeble leader. A shadow of... Okay, who thinks I is the bad guy? As his health wanes, his wife... I'm so sorry. Median influence. As his favor falls, Consort Wu gains power behind the curtains. You seem to know a lot, my dude. And what of you, Minister Wong? Where do you stand? Barely 5 months ago, enjoying the life of a retired official, but who's the emperor? Clearly, better like a loyal influencers. Yet tonight, looking at the bottom of the ravine. Perhaps you can save me? Now, come with me. Seriously, I think this guy's the bad guy. Moment on the far side of the compound. Before you, a young to China. Tonight was meant to triumphant victory. fate has a cruel way to believe own destiny. Ambassador Choi and I had been meeting secretly for weeks. Our work on the treaty was almost complete. We arranged evening to innocently enough. Choi and his time for supper as usual. Meal, business began with some jasmine tea that had many times before. But what follows is a terrible blur. I remember coming busy. Moments later, I found myself resting my head on the table before me, closing my eyes and unable to open. Woke, it felt like I'd hours. Someone must have witnessed this. That was my hope, but when I interrogated the others, all had the same answer, unconscious, each and every one. He was gone. What would happen to him? So an immediate search of the entire. In the end, it was his private garden in cold blood. Apparently, the ambassador had previously known how peaceful this waterfall was. How tragic. It is hard to deny of this place. Let me remind you that I do not find a suitable explanation for the ambassador. Tensions could drift between our two nations that no diplomatic means could permit. That is why you must solve this case tonight, or the consequences will be grave for all of us. Yes, of course. I shall start my investigation. Has anyone been elected? No, I've ordered everyone to stay until this matter is resolved. I myself walked to the nearby military to represent for you. Otherwise, none inside of this gated compound. Very well, I shall interview and search the areas. We pick this up. A used candle. Belonging to the ambassador. Won't be able to rely on an autopsy. Examine his head smashed in by a naked object, killing. Something is tucked under the shirt. A silk handkerchief with the ambassador's seal. Of wounds or any sign of we have no. Some footprints are visible at the. Curiously, away from his attacker. His head was. Why was he facing away from his native weapon? Threatened or carried here. The ambassador came on his own volition. What? Perhaps he knew the. Yes. Help. Who knew things? Obvious reasons. We all have about the meetings themselves. But the Emperor himself is one who knows the nature of the ambassador were engaged. The truth is only to be made public. Evidently, we were not cautious enough. So important about work here would have ensured a decade between our two nations. Who do you think the most? The Koreans? No, they have no war against our empire in the first place. Make no mistake, our is the one who gained the most, allowing him to capture the lines of the reign. But he will be the one paying most dearly for its failure. Like vultures circling a weak prey, his enemies will advance. Mark my words. To learn, young magistrate, we live in uncertain times. Each move we make now either secures the empire or precipitates its demise. Any idea how you were rendered unconscious? Some sort of sleep-inducing drug. At first, I thought our food might have been tampered with. Since dinner was served to only the ambassador and I, then why the others succumbed as well. After I examined the candles that were lit earlier in the evening, and dish passed out. If all accounts are true, everyone in the house passed out at night. When I worked as of the Imperial Archive, I once read a case in which a powerful sleeping gas was introduced into the room. Within it were not minutes. If what you say is true, this highly popular method was used. The matter at the time of the dinner, all doors were indeed closed. Tell me more about the compound and the people present. The compound is comprised of a small house and a private, which itself surrounds this waterfall. When in use, it is attended to by a house steward and a servant. The ambassador and I each have a private bodyguard at our times. Where are they now? You met my guard at the front gate. Ambassador's guard is sitting outside this very cave. The house steward is trying to keep himself busy in the main courtyard. You'll find the cook and the maid. Do you have any reason to suspect anyone here? I say I do, but to my knowledge, no one here had any motive. What happened before you passed out? Anything out of the ordinary? I've replayed the events leading up to his disappearance over and over, but alas comes to mind. Were you the first to regain consciousness? No, the house steward's guard awake. They claimed him to only a moment earlier. The others woke shortly after I did. For me. As the investigating magistrate of this district, you are responsible for all matters of law and order that are in its board. As such, jury, prosecutor, and detective. Notwithstanding the secret nature of these meetings, you alone have the jurisdiction to investigate and solve this case. And by the heavens, you do. I will investigate. Go in the sitting room if you need. Investigate crime evidence. Actually use candle. A fitted and worn by high-ranking Korean officials. There appears to be a bulge on the inside. Secret sewn into the lining. There's a zipper. Along with a Sean. Get rid of me so I have my answer tonight. Was someone threatening the ambassador? I need 5 more of evidence. Handkerchief spins the ambassador into the corner. Oh, anything else though? Let's talk. This is Kate, apparently. I feel its mist brushing against my skin, yet there's a gentle still. It's hard. Hope. Something seems to be stuck inside the. Well then, out. It's just beyond my grasp. I'll need something to extend my reach. Are you freaking serious? We could totally use it. So we need some to get in free. My name is this investigation. Are you Ambassador Choi's military guard? Yes, I'm Syberia with the Korean Royal Guard. But there is no need for any further formalities. I do not wish to speak to any Chinese officials until an investigative team from my country is present. What do you mean? Why should I trust the Chinese that are hesitated? Do you think? I don't even. Your help in order to solve this case. Your testimony may contain vitals. My help? Offer my master. How do you help him? Reservations. Act tonight. The trail lost, and we may lose our only chance to apprehend the killer. I make up with. Share to find the truth. Show me your skills as an investigator. Cooperate. Have a deal. When I have uncovered more about the case, I shall expect you to cooperate. In court to get proof. Proof? The total 100. What's this? Rag covered with some kind of herbal oil. I can't quite identify the herb, but it has a minty. Stone bend in the sun on warm day. Okay. Okay, that's so much better now. I think the game was slowing down, so we're actually gonna put this game into windowed mode. Last time on Detective D. I don't want to go in the house yet. Are you the steward of the... Yes, sir, and you must be the detective Minister Wong spoke of. I'm Song Yuming. I manage the small staff that cares for this compound and its guests. It's a relief to hear. Perhaps now we can find out what really happened here tonight. That is my hope also. Can you tell me how the night unfolded? Dreadfully, sir. Not 100 years could have imagined such terror. We thought this place was safe, untouchable even, but those notions were quickly smashed to bits tonight. Go on. Well, in the kitchen when it happened. I was overseeing the plating of some desserts with Chef Chu when, for some reason, just touched the group a large sack of rice. I bent down to assist him, but suddenly my vision became blurry, my legs felt weak. My weight pulled me to the floor, and that was that. I was out cold. Later, when I came to and saw that Chu was still on the ground, I checked to see if he was still alive, which he was. I knew then that I had to run to the sitting room, where I suspected the others had suffered a similar fate, or worse. And there they were, all unconscious except for the ambassador's bodyguard. I had him standing over the... It was at that moment that I realized the ambassador was missing. Did you wake the others? No, I didn't want to risk it. Who knew what poison we had been subjected to? But there was no need. Only moments later they all started waking one by one. Once Minister Wong became fully aware of the situation, he immediately ordered us to search the premises for Ambassador Choi. I was as shocked as everyone else when his own guard found him dead in the garden grotto. What manner of sorcery could have lured him into that cave? That is indeed a vital question, but for now... Right here. Why are you sweeping? Why are you sweeping? But the sister has really given you your regular duties. Or, this is me, or rather first, keeping me stay relaxed. Excuse me. Besides, after all these years doing this job, I'm not sitting and waiting. Old habits die, yes. Tell me about yourself and your staff. Well, the staff here is small, but Chef Shu and I have been working here since the beginning. Sun Ying, the servant, board last night. We had to replace the first servant because her mother was sick and returned home to care for her. The rules and routines here are very strict, with all room for error, and that was no exception. Did everything go according to plan? Yes, sir. Our preparations were meticulous as always. We first greeted Minister Wang, followed by the ambassador shortly after sundown. I set the tables and lit the evening candles, and we promptly began serving supper and then tea. That's when I headed back into the kitchen to help prepare the desserts. Well, you know what happened next. Did anyone else eat besides the minister and the ambassador? No, sir. The staff isn't allowed to eat until long after the guests have left. They've been instructed to eat before they arrive, usually in turn. Same goes for the bodyguards. And am I right to assume all night? That's right, sir. Everything here by Chef Shu. Shu. We don't allow any food from the outside. You said you lit the candles in the house at the start of the evening. What kind of candles do you use? For that you'll have to ask Sun Ying, the maidservant. She manages our candle supply. And did anyone handle the candles after you lit? No, sir. Our candles usually last well into the night. Even now they still burn in the house. Thank you. I'll leave you to your work. It's no trouble, sir. Somebody! He's there. What's this? Vase. Or vase. Hand-painted vase featuring a dance dragon. They look like ordinary candles. Mr. Song said the servant Sun is responsible for the candle supply. Dang. Darn it! I don't have the means to analyze the contents of the meal that was served. For now, I need to rely purely on instinct and deduction. I am Magistrate D. Rinji. I'd like to ask you some questions. Yes, sir, of course. My name is Sun Ying. I am the maidservant. I'd like to hear your account of what happened tonight. Can you take me back to the beginning? Well, it all happened so fast. I remember the minister and the ambassador arriving one after the other, just after nightfall. I remember them settling into the sitting room. The minister against the wall, and the ambassador was over there to his left. We began the dinner service soon after that. Later, I remember Mr. Song saying he was going into the kitchen to check on, and when things took a terrible. One more tea, I was lower, sorry. I realized he was drugged and the thing killed. I was afraid. I didn't know what to think. All I know is that he didn't deserve to die that way. But our destiny is often beyond our own control. We bend and break at the mercy of a higher power. I'm sorry, sir. I didn't mean to ramble. No need to apologize. The place here tonight would unnerve the best of us.
Thank you for your kind words. I hope you find the person who did this and bring them to justice.
Who supplies the candles that are used?
I buy a new batch every local candle maker. I don't remember his name, sir, but everybody in town buys their candles from his shop.
Did you notice anything different about the latest batch?
They looked and smelled the same to me.
I'd like to examine any. How do you keep them?
Yes, of course. They're stored in the storage room.
Yay! Tell me about yourself.
I'm just a simple servant girl. And since I was little, my parents died when I was very young. I had to fend for myself.
I'm sorry to hear that. Treated well here?
That, sir, very well. Minister Wong is a good man. And Mr. Song, he's very demanding, but I've never known him to be able. What's happened? I wonder if you to let us work here.
How did you end up working here?
I applied to an agency. They put my name on a waiting list and told me they'd contact me if anything came up. I heard the girl who worked here before me had to leave because she had her sick mother. I guess I was in line. After that, I was happy to finder's fee.
Thank you, Miss Sun.
I hope I was of some help.
You. To kitchen. Eat a lockbox. Oh. Okay. How effective? Tell me nothing but the truth. Any other thoughts on the case?
I suppose I should feel relieved the killer only intended to kill the ambassador, but I can't help but wonder why the rest of us were spared. The killer obviously used to murder everyone here. Why choose to let us live? What sort of devious plot were we victims of?
Thank you, Minister Wong. Antique vase. Judging by its style, this piece may start as back as the Zhao dynasty.
We go to the kitchen.
It looks like the I want the wine. Where does ordinary board week's menu? The only noteworthy thing is how well organized the staff is. Onions, ginger, garlic, the usual assortment of vegetables. We're taking that. These might come in handy. Did he this? Ooh, we know now. Sweet! Are you the chef?
Yes.
Yes, sir. Chufu's the name. You must be the detective?
Yes, I am.
I'm the newly appointed the new investigating magistrate of Ply. I've heard of you. Is that so? Yes, my cousin Singh is the cook at the military fort. He told all about your recent visit there. He even told me he prepared his specialty pork dumplings. But between you and me, I wouldn't be a bit surprised if you had better. That cousin of mine, he's always been a bragger. You seem strangely undisturbed by tonight's events, Chu. Tell me, have you been drinking wine? Well, I suppose I did have one. It's been such a long and stressful night. I was just trying to calm my nerves a little. I see. And do you think you're fit enough to answer a few questions? Fit enough? Ha! I wager I'm the sharpest one here, sir. You needn't worry. Fire away. I was gonna say fire. Very well. You want to know about me? I see where this is. I suppose we're all suspects here, aren't we? We need to be tactful. Our routine while all along setting a trap for the unsuspecting wrongdoer. Isn't that right? There's nothing routine about an investigation into the murder of a high-ranking diplomat. Now, Chef Chu, either you start taking or I detain the jailhouse for wrongdoers until you start sobering up. I'm sorry, terribly sorry, sir. I was just jesting. I didn't mean to offend. It must be the wine. I'm not usually this talkative. D is not. So, as I was saying, I come from a long chefs, 4 generations, if you can believe. I've been a chef now for 16 years, and there's more than my older cousin. In recent years, I've been working for the Imperial Court, going wherever they ask. The pay is a little better, and I don't mind. Life has its perks, you know. What about tonight's dinner? The minister preferred light and simple. Tonight's menu was no different. I first prepared a sweet duck soup, followed by some fried fish cakes and white rice. The custard tarts were next, but as it turns out, I never got around to serving those. Did you prepare all the food yourself? Of course, like my son who relies on his assistants, I don't let anyone else touch my food. What were before you? Let's standing over looking those tarts. Mr. beside me. Excuse me. I swear, that man was between a tart and a pie if his life depended on it. Don't get me wrong, he's a hard man and no hells in the kitchen. Well, anyway, it was around then that I started feeling dizzy, though I was in a drunken haze. But drinking. I think I must have blacked out after that. The last thing I remember is a distinct metal in the air. Regrettably, I passed out before I could identify it. You think you could have identified it? Didn't I tell you? At the risk of sounding, I am blessed with a nose, capable of recognizing any ingredient. In culinary school, they used to call me the hound. One whiff of someone's breath and I could tell them the contents of the meal. Would you like to give it a try? I don't see. Smells like you had some steamed chicken. Prepared with ginger and chives. Am I right? That's correct. That's quite a talent you have there, Chef Chu. Ha! I knew a man like you could appreciate such refined senses. If you would like me to demonstrate it again, feel free to bring me anything with the slightest hint of an aroma, and I'll identify the source. That sounds useful. I'll keep that in mind. Do you have any theories about the murder? It's those damn revolutionaries. They're plotting to overthrow the Empire. I just know it. They have eyes and ears everywhere. My cousin's saying he thinks doesn't think the throne is invulnerable, but that's exactly the kind of thinking that will... You wouldn't happen to have any proof of conspiracy theories, would you? Proof? Well, not exactly. You see, it's more of a gut feeling than anything else. All these years cooking for scholars, aristocrats, and officers on these. I see. Well, unless your gut can muster up some actual evidence to the situation at hand, I'd rather grand theories for another day. Yes, of course. You seem quite fond of him. Fond of him? You must be joking. He's in my life. He's more like a rival, a nemesis, Who am I kidding? Sing's the only family I got. A true friend. Wait, you're not going to tell him I said that. You can't. You mustn't, or I won't hear the end of it. Don't worry, I won't tell a soul. That's all for now. We need... hello? Can you identify the origin of the oil on the rag? It's peppermint. Peppermint, are you certain? Positive. Granted, I don't cook with it, but it's a fine medicinal oil, perfect for clearing a mild headache or perhaps a severe case of drunkenness. This stuff will wake you right up. Yes, of course. Trying to put everyone to sleep, including the ambassador, way to wake him up. Thank you, Chef Chu. That was very helpful. Okay. Okay, we got 4 more minutes. Oh, it's still the kitchen. Ugh. Hopefully this video is good. Okay, we need these on this low. Bronze candlestick. It must have been dropped into the current into the tree trunk. There are small traces of blood, and its shape matches that of the wound on the ambassador's head. Be the murder weapon. Okay, we need 3 more pieces of evidence. Okay. See if it. Question. Anyway, we need storage room. Storage room. Okay. Gonna look real quick. Then lockbox. Unused can. So, a storage room. Is there anything else? House. Yes, antique chest. Here we go. Oh. Okay, I think we're supposed to... Okay, so we need keys. Here. Keys? So we got a puzzle. Well, anyway. So this is the end of the first recording. I hope you guys enjoyed yourselves. I will see you on Tuesday.